Hello, how are you doing today? It's lunchtime, and this is my Count Up series for my book, Counting Up to the Spotlight series. My name is Aseremi, and I'm an author, amidst other things. I am a tech professional, I am a digital business owner, and yes, today I'm here because I'm counting up to the big day on Saturday for a live event for my books with an amazing library in California. So they have been promoting my book for more than a month now, and we're going to have like a virtual live series, right? Just to have the conversation about the book and other things like that. So that's the reason why I'm here. I'm counting down, or rather, I'm counting up to that day. And this is me sharing, some tips, journeys of the books, and many conversations that will come, in the next few days. So today I'm just going a little deeper about my why. I started yesterday. So the heart behind the matter, right, of why I wrote the book. Now, let me tell you what I know for a fact, a moment that changed everything for me, right? That shifted my perspective. Many people think about the fact that maybe authors have everything all figured out when they're writing. The truth is, it was never figured out. It was all over the place. But the ability to be disciplined enough to sit down, to put pen to paper, to create a structure, and to, make sense of what I want, the message I wanted to communicate, honestly was what changed the game for me. So for me, growing up, I always thought maybe, and this is still about my why, right? Growing up, I always thought I was on track. Yes, I definitely was on track, but I didn't know that there was a whole world of more to know, right? When it comes to identifying your purpose, as it pertains to my identity as a person, right? That clarity, right? I knew I had clarity, but of course, the more you get older, the more you realize there's so much more. So me, in essence, thinking that I knew like a bit of these things, and then understanding that I should have started earlier to digging into these things, right, is the reason why I wrote this book. So because at the end of the day, I at that point I said to myself, if I'd known some things at 20, if I'd known them even at 25 or 30, wow, maybe things would have been different, right? And I always like to come from the perspective of when I said maybe things would have been different, it doesn't mean that this is not my trajectory in life. It just means that this is part of my purpose to be able to help somebody else who is still just coming up, right? So that another person who is 20-year-old will not wait to figure out stuff later, but do it early. Okay. So that's part of the grand purpose, right? The grand vision of the book, and where the direction that God is going to be leading me into in the nearest future. So, because it's lunchtime, I'm really very conscious and conversant of the fact that time, time is precious for everyone. This is a Monday, right? So, yeah, basically that's my why, right? I don't want another 20-year-old coming into adulthood not understanding the basic things they need to understand. People spend years, and some people are even 40 now, some people are 50, and they still haven't understood the grand purpose, right? Still trying to figure life out, figure things out. Meanwhile, if you have asked yourself those questions earlier about who you are, what you're here to do, what's your purpose, those things that make you shine, right? You will definitely what's the word, like you'll definitely get it right on time, early success in essence, right? So I am on a mission to really change that narrative so that people don't get to 40s, don't get to their late 30s or 50s, to put things in the right perspective. So I wanted to put everything I'd learned, right? My hard lessons, my painful lessons, right? Spiritual lessons, of course, right? Because I've always been, I'm thankful for the kind of parents I had. I had parents who were Christians, or who are Christians, right? And my journey has always been up, like that. But I began to discover more for myself after 30, right? So that's also part of what's incorporated in this book. So this book is your guide to discovering your life, to discovering your flame, to discovering your voice, to discovering your path, right? More like you owning your spotlight once you have an understanding of these things. Because I truly believe that before anybody can truly shine, like I said yesterday, there must be something from inside that has been ignited. And that ignition from within is your awareness of who you truly are, right? So for the kids book, I think I must have shared a bit about that yesterday. I actually woke up in the morning, and on that fateful day, that was in December. And then I realized that if this message is passed on to those who are 20 and above, how about those who are younger? So imagine your 7-year-old, if you have a child, learning confidence early. And imagine your 10-year-old learning, understanding identity early, learning purpose on time, right? Imagine a 12-year-old who already understands what purpose means, right? That's a whole new generation of people not growing up confused. That's a whole new generation of people growing up with so much clarity, right? So I have to ask myself that. Why do I have to wait till adulthood to teach my children, right? Or to teach anybody else out there, right? Why do we have to wait till that time? This is the best time. The best time for anything is always now, right? Okay, so that's how the second book was born. That's Made for More. So how these two books actually connect is the fact that both of them speak the same language. They have the same message, but one is story based so that children can actually understand. So it speaks more to children who are learning this concept for the first time. And it speaks more to the adults to understand where they are at, knowing and remembering who they are, so that regardless of how life has given them some, lashes, right? They're able to get back on track with the principles that have been laid down in the book. Okay, so basically that's basically it. So my partnership with this library, I'm here to say, or rather to appreciate once again, right? Because this partnership means a lot to me. They're not just promoting the book in their own library, they're going to be taking it around the county. Like, seriously, it's for me, it's not just about promoting a book. It's not because the book, it's about the message behind the book. It's not just about the event, it's about the seeds that we are planting, right? The seeds that families are going to be touched, the seeds that we're going to be planting in classrooms, right, for the children who are going to harness the lessons in this book. And of course, seeds in the community, right, building a better future for those that are in the community and building the next generation. So that's why I'm so, like, once again, I just want to appreciate the fact that this library has taken the time to promote my book, not just in their library, but by God's grace, it's going to be going around the whole county and beyond by the grace of God. Yeah, there's always a starting point. So if you're watching me right now, I want you to remember something, right? It doesn't matter how old you are, it doesn't matter where you started, it doesn't even matter what you didn't know or what you think, oh, there's still gaps right now. You can start to learn now, you can start to grow now, you can start to shine now, right? Your children, your community, everyone that thinks that, oh, we could have started earlier. Well, now that you know, this is the best time to start now. So thank you for joining me on this day two. Like I said, it was going to be very short. Thank you for joining me on this day two for my countdown series. I'm so excited, looking forward to the live author session on Saturday. So until I come your way again, keep shining, stay blessed, and of course, remember that you matter and you're made for more. All right, cheers. Bye.